Okay, I am back with, we're going to look first at the Convince Me. So hopefully you have watched or read the top of page 470 or the visual learning video, how can you multiply fractions and whole numbers? So the bottom question on the Convince Me says, find 6 times 4/9. And they said, then use repeated addition to justify your answer. So the first part is I'm going to just find my answer. So I'm going to put a 1 underneath here. I'm doing 6 times 4 is 24. 1 times 9 is 9. So I have 24/9. And before I simplify that, because I know it's an improper fraction, so I need to do a simplify, I'm going to also do the repeated addition. So the repeated addition, I'm doing 6 times 4/9, which means 4/9 6 times. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I'm doing repeated addition, this is just a way to justify what I just did here. So I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 ninths, which matches my multiplication. If I want to solve now and finish up this problem by simplifying, I'm thinking 24 divided by 9. So how many 9s are in 24? So I know 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27, which is a little too high there. So I'm going to have 2, which would be 9 plus 9, 18. And then think about how many I have left to get to 24. So I have 6 ninths. And then I'm looking at this and I say, can I simplify that yet again? So if I take my 2 and 6 ninths, I need to keep that 2, remember, and I'm thinking, what could I divide both 6 and 9 by? So I know that I can divide them both by 1, but remember 1 doesn't do anything for us. Can I divide them both by 2? 6 I can, but 9 I can't. Can I divide them both by 3? I know 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So my final answer is going to be 2 2/3. Okay, so that is page 470, that was your Convince Me. Okay, we're going to also jump over now, before you start your independent practice, we're going to look at the guided practice on the next page. Okay, so if we start at number 1, in the example at the top of the previous page, how can finding 1/4 of 7 help you find 3/4 of 7? So 1/4 of 7, in order to help me find 3/4 of 7. Now, you might be saying, well, I can just find 3/4 of 7. It's pretty easy. I'm just going to do 3 times 7, 4 times 1, get my answer, simplify, and I'm done. They just want us to look at it a different way and say, if I maybe can't do this right now, but I can figure out this, how would that help me? So if I can figure out 1/4 of 7, my answer would be 7/4, or 1 3/4. How would that help me with this problem? So again, we're going to think about repeated addition. So if 1/4 gave me that, that means if I need 3 of them, I would have 1, 2, 3 wholes, 3, 6, 9 fourths. That can be simplified. So I have 1 whole comes out of this, so I'm up to 4. And I used up 4 of the 9, so I have 5/4 left. Am I done? No, so I could have done 1 more. So I end up bumping that up to 5 and 1/4. that's my final answer, that I could use this to help me. For those of you, and I'm sure some of you are saying, I don't need to do all of that work. No, you don't, because you guys are experts, I know, at this already. So all you really would have needed to do is 3 times 7, 21, 4 times 1, 4, and then you know that 4 times 5 is 20, but I have 21, so I have 1/4 left. You see, it still gives me the same answer, just a different way to model and show. And sometimes when we already know how to do it, but we have to explain it to somebody who maybe doesn't understand, sometimes knowing a different way helps us out a little bit.